Two Wild and Crazy Dads, with your hosts, the Maestro and the Bronco. It's the show that talks about the important stuff in life. Let's start the show.
Woo! Fun, right? Yeah! You know, we just spent like the last 2 weeks talking about comedy movies from the great era of the 90s. But there was a different genre. Had some funny moments to it, had, you know, whatever. But the teen wave movies, like you remember in the 80s, you had the John Hughes movies, like all the Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire, and Breakfast Club, and you know all
The
that
Brat
stuff.
Pack.
Yeah. Well, they tried to like kind of bring it back in the 90s, and a lot of it kind of like started trends and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
For example, Clueless, as if. Like, how many
Whatever.
times did you hear girls saying, yeah, like, whatever, as if? Like, how many times did you hear that? I heard
A
that
lot.
shit all the damn time.
Talk to the hand.
Dude, it's crazy watching that movie now, looking at, like, Paul Rudd then, and then looking at Paul Rudd now, and it's like he's only aged about 5 years. Like, I don't know what it is about him. Everybody
He's that
else,
man.
like,
That's why.
yeah, he's did the quantum time travel stuff, and it's really just like Paul Rudd from 5 years later after that. But I don't know, man. I remember when that came out. I loved it. I thought it was like hilarious, but I was also 9, so you know, there's that. But I remember girls wanting to be all because I mean, at 9, I'm in middle school. I mean, elementary school. So I remember the girls copying as if and stuff like that. What'd you think about it?
I
Did
honestly
you like it?
only seen it one time.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember what channel it was, but like the local channels, whatever. Uh, during the day, during the week, you know, in the summer when we weren't out of school, there wasn't really good quality TV programming. It was just like reruns of shit and random like movies that they could put on or uh, cartoons or game shows, soap operas. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we got a couple of those
So
here.
yeah, so they there was one, I don't even remember what it was called, but it used to, like, I remember going to my grandma's in the summertime and that came on and she just thought it was the stupidest movie ever, um, until she watched Waterboy, and then she thought that was even worse. And
My mom hates Billy Madison.
she didn't watch these movies by choice. She watched them because I thought they were hilarious, and I watched them when I was at her house because she had a VCR. Um, what teen movie do you remember the most? Like, which one stands out to you?
Because I was older. It was for me, and it just barely gets classified as 90s American Pie.
Yes, I was gonna get to that one. I was gonna say I loved, like, they had the, like, you know, comedy, but they also had like the romance, whatever, with like Clueless and 10 Things I Hate About You and She's All That, Can't Hardly Wait, like, you know, all those movies, they had the romance with the comedy mixed in. But American Pie, I was gonna get to that. It was just like in a league of its own. It's set in my opinion, it like set a whole new genre of comedy. You know
And
what I'm
they could
saying?
probably make another one now, and
They made
people
like
go see
4
it. Yeah, American Wedding. No, American
middle
Reunion.
age ties. What's up? What's up? Stan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, brother? The fuck was I saying? Oh, uh, lost my train of thought. Yeah, yeah, dude. It totally like it set up a whole new genre of movies to me. Like, because with that you get the movies like Project X and Super Bad and like that kind of stuff. I don't. Those movies probably would have came, but I think American Pie and its success and like it kind of led to those movies.
Yeah, without American Pie, there wouldn't be those movies.
Like I mean, Super Bad. Like to me, I know that's after '90s, but that is like one of the funniest fucking movies. And I don't know that they would have really had that concept without American Pie kind of setting the tone. Did Van Wilder come after American Pie? It did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, yeah. Again, there's a point, but not all of them were comedies though, because there were some well, one in particular, I guess, darker theme, uh, Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
That movie was fucked up, man. I had a buddy of mine in high school, still a friend of mine. Uh, he was like obsessed with that movie. Like he wanted to be Sebastian. Like he loved that movie. Watched it like 4 times a week, basically. And I don't know, man. It was weird. His
All I
obsession
remember
with it.
from that
But
movie
hey,
is when they kiss. When
right.
when Sarah Michelle
Sarah
Gellar
Michelle
and
Gellar.
yeah, and Selma Blair.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, see now for me, the more memorable kissing scene would be from Wild Things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. See, Dan knows it was. I mean, the whole manipulative, going back to Cruel Intentions, the manipulating the mind, all that stuff. Yeah, but those girls in that movie, that was like peak hotness right there. Anyways, like the scene where she's in, laying in the bed trying to tease him, and she's in like her little lingerie, or whatever. I was like, that definitely hit my teen puberty. Had it.
For me, it was Showgirls.
Showgirls. See,
Yeah.
I couldn't get into Showgirls because all I could see was Jesse from Saved by the Bell. Wasn't she
She
like?
took her clothes off. I forgot all about her
Or
being
no,
sucked by the
That
bell.
was that was Showgirls, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
Striptease was the one with Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Those aren't really teen movies though,
Yeah.
but they're movies that teens definitely wanted to watch.
Well, I thought you were talking about getting a boner off of Cruel Intentions. So I was just talking about
Yeah,
I get a
but
boner.
Cruel Intentions
Showgirls.
was a movie. Cruel Intentions was a movie that you could watch as a teen that didn't have nudity that your parents wouldn't be like,
No,
no.
that's true. Yeah.
A movie about a strip club, there was no way I was going to watch that in my house. Not with my mom. I had to like get, I had to get like a DVD, like, and hide it. Took it to college with me, like, to see any of those kind of movies. Dude, I remember buying my first porno magazine from a kid in high school that had like a whole bunch of them in his trunk. and he would like sell them to kids like $5 a magazine, 3 for 10, something like that. It was crazy, and I bought them. I bought 3, and I remember it was Carmen Electra was one, Cindy Crawford was another one, and I don't remember what the third one was, but it was just funny.
I thought I
But
was gonna
yeah,
die
way
without
off.
having to see Pamela Anderson's boobs. Like that was the main thing for me.
Oh,
That
you
was
saw them. Yeah, you
yeah,
see Baywatch. You're watching Baywatch. You were like, I got to see what's under that little red
yeah.
bikini tie, or well, one piece, whatever. But yeah. See, for me, I thought the brunette, what was it?
Yasmin Bleeth.
Yeah, I thought she was hotter. To
Have
me,
you seen
Pam
her
was too
now?
fake. No, bad. Is it bad?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For for me, like Pam was just too fake.
I was sad when she
Like,
got married to Tommy Lee.
oh, I'm sure a lot of guys were. And you were even more sad when you saw the video, the
No, I was
boat,
happy then.
whatever. Well, yeah, but then you didn't like see that and be like, oh, well, now she's wrecked. If
Yeah.
all the if all the drugs and sex and everything he had didn't fuck up his dick enough, the dick fucked her up. Okay, we're way off. Like again, we're down like the teen desires, not the teen movies. uh I I know they weren't really teen movies, but they kind of were. Like, to me, I guess they're more classified as horror, but Scream, because now my teenagers love watching the Scream movies. Like, our oldest girl, she's binged them, like watched them all, and I think there's a show now or something like that. Super
There
excited
used to be
about it.
on
Loves it.
MTV. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, loved it. Loves it. Whatever. I don't know. All into that. And then it inspired her to want to watch like all the Freddys and Michael Myers and all that stuff.
What's crazy is
I'm
my
like,
youngest one is all into scary movies, and she's only like
yeah,
8.
there's no way I would let my little ones watch any of that stuff. Personally, I always thought, like, as a kid, I thought, as an adult, I think for kids, but as an adult, I think Coraline is creepy as hell, man.
She said
The
my youngest
animation,
says I look like the dad on the Coraline. That's you, Dad. Fuck you.
it's not. Oh man, no. But I don't know, man. I think that movie's creepy. But see, I remember seeing as a teen going to see. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer in the movies. Like, I'd seen the first one, but I went to see the second one with this girl. I was 12. She was 14. I thought I was a Mac. You know, she lived down the road, same neighborhood, but just a little bit down the road from the lady my dad was dating at the time, who's my brother's mother. Uh, my much younger brother, 14 years younger, 13 years younger. Uh, he or she lived just like few houses, like 5 houses down, whatever. So we went to go see movies, and they went. My dad, uh, her, they went to go see something else, and me and the girl and a couple other friends all went to go see I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I was like, so cool. Like, she's grabbing onto me like on the scary parts, and like she had her hand, like her arm around locked around mine, whatever. And then like when something scary would happen, she would, whatever. And I was all like, I'll protect you, knowing that the giant screen with the dude in the hook was not going to get to us at all. But me being an annoying teenager, I had some fun after that night when we went back uh, to the houses and we were all hanging out. And she was hanging out, at my dad's girlfriend's house where we were. We were hanging out in the living room, whatever. Well, I remember at one point I had, so I was going to the bathroom or something, whatever, and then I snuck outside, went around, came back to the window by the living room, which was right behind the couch where she was sitting, and I started like scratching on the window, like little scratches, whatever. And I saw her like kind of looking around, and then right as she like started to turn her head to look back, I like put my hand like bam on the glass on the other side of the window, and I heard her scream. Like I'm pretty sure like her mom 5 houses down heard her scream, but it was hilarious. And then she smacked me a few times when I came back inside, telling me it wasn't funny, even though myself, my dad, his girlfriend, and all the other kids thought it was hilarious. Still kissed me. Anyways, I don't know. I like those movies. I thought they were good. I thought the Scream, like those teen thriller movies, what Final Destination kind of spawned from that. Was that wasn't 90s, was it? The
No,
first
it's
one,
2000.
the year 2000,
I think so. Yeah, the first one might have been 99.
2000. Damn, you were right. That's what I was talking about. I didn't know if the first one was 2000, the second one was 03, the third one 06, the fourth one 09, the fifth one 11. Now there's one about all their kids, which is just came out this year or about to or whatever. Good lord. I did not know there were that many.
Yeah,
I knew there were like 3, but I didn't know there were like 6. It's like a Marvel franchise beating it into the ground. Sitting Star Wars guys. But I mean, they've done how many Scream movies? How many Saw movies did they do?
I think they saw 6. A
Oh, they're not
Scream
up to
was
10.
5,
They're not up to 10 yet.
maybe 7.
You need 9 to catch Star Wars originals. Then a bunch of spin-offs. Anyways. I don't know. I think it kind of one of my favorite 90s more teen related movies was Varsity Blues.
Yeah, I love
I
that
love
movie.
that movie, especially
Billy Bob.
the oh yeah. Doesn't my good buddy Big A remind you?
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, man. I remember seeing that, and again snuck in '99, so still technically the '90s, but it was like it was cool to see the old Dawson's Creek boy in a better light, even though he still kind of had that innocence, like whatever. I don't know. I never really
But
watched
crazy is
Dawson's
Paul
Creek.
Walker was the backup.
I know Paul Walker. Oh man, he was great. I miss Paul Walker. Anyways, yeah, that was a good one. I did like
Was
that
Road
movie a
Trip
lot.
99?
Good question. I see now. For me, I was not really a big. That one was Tom Green, right? He was in that.
Yeah, he plays like the counselor or some shit. RA.
2000. 2000. Womp womp.
Never mind.
Sorry.
No, can't talk about it anymore.
Stricken from the record.
Yeah.
But it. Do you think like I don't know, the movies they keep evolving. They had Mean Girls and all that stuff that came out after, you know. But it I almost wonder if it kind of influenced how some of the schools were. I mean, it showed the hierarchies, but then like I don't know, I see the kids copying it, like trying to be like Clueless, trying to dress all nice and
Shit, my youngest one, it's Wednesday. We wear pink.
oh my god. Yeah, I remember people like comparing themselves to the cast members and being all like, God, 10 Things I Hate About You. That was Heath Ledger, right? He was in that.
Yeah, and Julia
Yeah, and
Stiles.
then being all like Dreamboat, him, whatever, and Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh boy, Freddie Prinze Jr. The heartthrob.
Jonathan Taylor
She's all
Thomas.
that. What?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh god, JTT. Oh my god, dude. I remember going to the YMCA after school and in the summer and stuff, and like girls, mainly after school because we'd have our backpacks and stuff, but they, we all had the folders, Trapper Keeper folder things, whatever, and they had some of the girls had them with his face on them, like they're JTT. They like write JTT on their hand with a heart around it and stuff. Like they were obsessed with that kid. I don't, whatever. What's he doing now?
Nothing.
Cameos.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I wonder if wasn't She's All That was the one with the bet, right?
Yeah, where he goes out with the nerd
Yeah, okay.
girl.
First Kiss. First Kiss is the one I was thinking of with Drew Barrymore. She's All
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, the painter girl. Because then they made the spoof.
Not another teen
What
movie.
was? Yes, on another teen movie.
I like that
But
one.
I did too. It was funny. But I like She's All That. I remember watching that to like I remember watching it with a girl in high school that was like big time crushing on me. And we were like sitting on her couch and she was just like looking at me during the kiss scene, like waiting, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's what she wants. I was just hanging out. But they had some great soundtracks, didn't they? Those movies.
Yeah.
Or were they really great, or were they just great to us because they were targeted at us and we love that stuff?
Probably. Yeah. They were probably great to us at the time. I don't know. They still hold up, probably. I know
But
Cluesman's does.
see what I wonder, yeah. What I wonder though is, did movies like She's All That influence people to look at some of the quiet girls that don't dress as well and think, what if I, convinced her to make over, and they start dating these girls and like try to, like, I wonder if more girls that were that got ignored before started getting attention, because
Like
you see
saying,
the influence.
you're saying I have a chance. So if I dress like
Yeah.
her,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you see these guys, and they try to get the ugly duck syndrome. The girls who felt they were ugly when they were younger, they get to high school, they're pretty, but they don't realize it. The guys, try to take advantage of that because they have a low self esteem already. Like, wonder
it
if
didn't work for
more
me
of
because I had
those.
my hair like Devin Sewa and I didn't get no fucking girls.
Oh man, speaking of following the fads, like I remember doing my hair bleach blonde, like dyed, peroxide. Tried to do tips. Didn't
I
work.
did that once.
Tried to do tips myself and it didn't work. I ended up doing patches. I looked like a reverse Dalmatian. So I said, fuck it. I guess I'm doing all of it. And luckily it was over the summer. So by the time school started, like in high school, they were tips. Because it had grown, my roots had grown out. Yeah, see, right there, dance. The low self-esteem thing, guys did prey on that shit. Like the guys that knew that they were good looking, that could get the good looking girls, they would totally. I saw it happen. Like they would take advantage of these girls who ugly duckling, ugly duckling syndrome, and then like I remember one of the girls, and the guy she was dating was a douche, but like she used to be ugly when she was a kid, like fat, whatever, and then she lost a bunch of weight and had a nice body and pretty face and low self esteem, and these dudes would take advantage of her.
For me, it was
Not
like,
in a bad way. It's
I
high
hope a
school,
pretty
so
girl likes me since a pretty guy likes her.
I just see him being assholes to her. It wasn't like turning her out being a whore thing. She was a good girl. It was just like she would put up with a lot of bullshit. Exactly. Exactly. See, so one of the ones that they could control, for a lack of cleaner terms. But yes, it was definitely a lot of influence from those movies. I noticed my school years, but I wonder how much influence the John Hughes movies, the Brat Pack movies of the '90s or the '80s had on '80s high school students.
Like the Breakfast Club.
Well, just all of that. Like it's funny because they're supposed to represent like all these movies, they're supposed to represent like average American cities and towns, and they're never like in a big city. It's always like a smaller town, whatever. But it's crazy how so much of what I see in those movies and whatever, they don't they didn't match my childhood. Like the girls didn't look like that in my school. You know, we didn't have events and do stuff like they did. You didn't hang out the way they did. We hung out and fucking. There was this strip that had a movie theater, a little sandwich salad and soup restaurant where like a bunch of high school kids, including myself, worked at some point, whatever. There was a Taco Bell right in front of it, and then behind the movie theaters in the same giant parking lot, whatever, was a Walmart. So that was like the hangout spot. Middle school, high school, whatever, we'd get dropped off there in middle school, we'd drive there in high school. It was like Friday night, Saturday night, that's where everybody was, in front of that movie theater or hanging out at the Taco Bell or the Taco or Walmart parking lot, whatever. Like that was it. There weren't these wild house parties and stuff. Like I never. When people had a
I don't know. I was
party,
a
it was like
loner.
20
All I
people.
did was play video games. So
Like you remember the movie Project X?
yeah,
Yeah, nothing like there. There was no way that a party could ever get to that point. Like it's this unrealistic, you know. I kept expecting. I tried to relate to those movies, and I was trying to, experience what they did. But it's like it's nothing like real life.
no.
That's why it's movies. But still, trying to relate to teens, and you have 20-something-year-olds playing the parts of 17-year-olds. Like, what was that show? The OC? You remember
Yeah,
that? The main character was like 25 and he was playing a 17-year-old kid. It's
that
like,
was like
bro.
Seventh Heaven with Jessica Biel.
See, I didn't watch that one. I never got into the teen shows. I didn't watch Dawson's Creek. I didn't watch Seventh Heaven. I didn't watch any of that. I was more into the comedies. I watched South Park. I watched Seinfeld. I watched, you know, Simpsons. Drew Carey show. I like that one in the
That was yeah,
90s.
that
That
was
was
a
a
good
funny
one.
one. But he's no Bob Barker. I liked him as a comedian on the show. I liked him hosting Who's Line. He's not Bob Barker.
It's just weird seeing them skinny and with hair.
Right? I liked him in that show, though. I thought it was a funny show. I liked the characters.
Yeah, I liked Lewis and Oswald.
Yeah. I'm glad that they both ended up on Who's Line, whatever, because it was like he brought, oh, okay, come with me, guys. Like, sorry, the show got canceled. Come with me to this show. And they're good. They were good. Improv. God, I couldn't think of the word. I kept wanting to say stand up, but it's improv. They're good on the fly like that. But that shit, that made me think of something else, and then I forgot what it was. I don't know. You can't remind me because you weren't in my head. It it is kind of funny though. Like a lot of those movies, there wasn't a lot of diversity in the cast. It was just a bunch of white kids, and then like one black guy, one black girl, maybe one Hispanic kid, one, something like that. That didn't really represent my school either. My school was always very diverse, and it was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess that's probably why I couldn't really relate to a lot of these movies.
yeah, because like always the black people get killed off first. I'm like, nah.
I mean, no, I didn't see that. And, well, I don't know. I need to rewatch some of those movies.
Well, like
But
Scary
yes.
Movie.
Oh, yeah. Scary Movie is hilarious. Did that come out?
No, I think
2000. Damn.
2000.
They came out with one a year for the first, like 2000. Scary Movie 2 was 01. Scary Movie 3 was 03. Like, boom, 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 all within like
And then they're
3 years of
gonna
each
redo it
other.
again or go back and do a new one.
Yep, right here. Scary Movie 2025. Oh no, movies. Yeah, I'm not into that kind of horror. Either way. Oh, it was a different movie. That's what it was. It was another pseudo teen movie that I thought of, and now I don't remember. Doesn't matter though. All right, so we don't have to just stick to movies. Best teen show, in my opinion, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I still watch it. I was
It still
Screech.
comes on. Oh yeah. uh, although in my head I wanted to be Zach, obviously, who didn't. In reality, in like middle school, I was more like one of the kids sitting at the other table that wasn't part of the cast, just kind of sitting there, an extra, you know.
Yeah, at the max.
Yeah, I didn't find my confidence until college. And
No, I'm
then,
still looking for mine.
and I just never looked back. And then, well, no, I found confidence in high school, but mostly college. Like it really like bloomed in college, and then in my 20s, oh man, definitely. Now it's just like my give a damn's been busted. I don't really give a shit what people think of me. I'm who I am. You like me or you don't.
I actually,
But
as a kid,
people
I
take
looked
that.
like Paul from the Wonder Years.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I feel like you sent me a picture from back when. It does
I
seem
was.
kind of. So, prom. All those movies made prom like high pressure. You got to get laid by prom or on prom night, whatever. Like, I don't know. I didn't really feel that pressure. I had fun at prom. My date and I both had fun. Like, danced a lot. That's another thing. The dancing in those movies, like at the school dances and stuff, almost always had a lot of them had a almost a choreographed number at some point, but the they always dance with each other. They don't dance like we did. Like it was always that grinding, booty dancing shit in my high school. Like we had a school dance, and these girls were like ass all up in your junk, you know. Bend over to the front and touch your toes, bob that ass up and down and get low. Yeah, like they did. God, when that song came on at prom, it was fun. But
See, for me, it was Boys to Men.
I make love to you.
I'd send
Uh,
letters to girls and use Boys to Men lyrics in them.
and see now, I remember at dances in middle school with Boys to Men, and that was that. Well, even in high, Boys to Men was always the slow dance.
Yeah,
The slow dance was always the same, even in the movies, whatever. It's always the hands on the hips or whatever, however you're dancing, depending on how close you and the girl are. But the scenes, when they would show the dancing, like the regular dance music, they'd be like dancing and like doing stuff, whatever. Like, I don't remember it ever being like that.
I can't
Even like
dance.
rock
So
songs.
like in kind of like in Encino Man.
See, that's another good teen movie example. That was way before. See, all the ones we were talking about were on the last half of the '90s. This was like early because they were in high school.
Yeah, and they're trying to get popular off of Caveman.
Who ended up being popular? I don't know, man. There were a lot of good ones. At least good, in my opinion. Now looking back, I don't know. All the old Nickelodeon shows are on Paramount, right?
Yeah,
Like
Salute Your
all of them.
Shorts.
Yep. Legends of the Hidden Temple, all that shit. Double Dare, all that. All that. Oh man. Most memorable show for you from the '90s?
Trying to think. Probably
Favorite? Okay.
probably the Wonder Years.
Wasn't that more of an '80s show though? Was that
It
'90s?
started
I
in the
mean, I remember
80s.
watching it as a kid. Okay, so it did start in the '80s. That's what I thought. Yeah, for me, it's I don't know, probably The Simpsons, man, because like I watched that so much throughout the '90s. Like I watched it, started in '89. I was like 4. I remember watching it like as early as I can remember. Like I remember watching episodes of The Simpsons, and it was just like it didn't matter what age I was, all the way through high school to college, whatever, like into my early 20s, like every Sunday, 8 o'clock, I watched The Simpsons, or I'd record it. Like if I wasn't home for it, I was mad, like as a kid, because you didn't have that ability until I could start VCR taping it, whatever. But oh, I'd get so pissed when football would run late on OT or something like that, and it would start 10 minutes late because of football. And I set it to record for 30 minutes for the show. Yeah.
It wasn't memorable, but I would watch Howard Stern.
I remember Howard Stern. That was one of those late night shows that I would halfway listen to, sneak and try to catch whatever.
ER.
ER, that one so much my tea movie. Clooney. Good old Clooney. Yeah, I never really watched that
Roseanne.
one. I mean, I remember seeing, yeah, Roseanne was funny. I mean, Friends. I remember, like, it's funny that even a show like Friends was very influential on kids too, like teens. Because I mean, for me, like middle school, I feel like middle school was almost more dramatic than high school. Like
Yeah.
to me, middle school was like all the shit you see in the high school kid movies, and then like high school was like young adults, and then college was exactly what you see in the movies. I had a lot of fun in college, a lot. But yeah, for me, middle school was like the who's dating who, and popularity and clicks and status and all of that, like that was more middle school. High school, I don't know, my high school was big. We had 2,000 kids, 500 in our graduating class. So yeah, there were like cliques, but it was more like a bunch of communities. Like you had all the ag kids that did all the redneck stuff, and then you had the sports, the football players, and it really didn't matter like what grade you were in. If you were part of the team, you know you could be passing somebody. You were part of the team. You were a football player, you're a jock. So there was the cliques and whatever, the cheerleaders, the pretty girls, the popular kids, whatever, but it just wasn't that cutthroat mean girl stuff that you see in high school movies. That was middle school.
Like Bring It
I
On.
feel like it was more. Yeah, I remember that. Fast and Furious. That one made me want to drive. I want a foreign car. My first car was a Sentra, and I put a fart cannon on it, and yeah, I was a nerd. Put speakers in it, tried to pimp my ride. It was not very pimp. But I love my truck that I got after it. Little single cab, stick shift Tacoma. Ooh, I miss that truck. I love that truck. I wish I still had it. Anyways, look at me going back. That's 2000s. Early, but still 2000s. Yeah, I don't know. Middle school was very dramatic, very very cliquish, but it was a much smaller school, so like all the kids knew each other. Because I went to a magnet school, so it was like not even 500 kids, and I had 500 in my graduating class. So actually, my oldest goes to the middle school, same one, but it was everybody wanted to imitate, and we had a group of friends, and of course Friends was popular, so we all tried to compare ourselves to which character we were in our little friend group, and whichever ones were dating or dated and then didn't or whatever. It was just,
I was
yeah.
Chandler.
It was Joey.
Now we need a Ross.
I don't know. I don't really know anybody that nerdy. My
Well, maybe
son's
I'm
into
Ross.
dinosaurs. My son's really into
I-
dinosaurs.
yeah.
Shit, if anything, I've developed into Chandler. Full-time job, responsible, serious relationship guy.
I was more to
Kids,
the
all that.
smart ass.
Yeah, then I'm saying now. Oh, and I
Oh,
have that smart ass sense of humor now for sure. I'm saying I was the go with the flow goofy kid, and now I'm Mr. Responsible. Scary, because I'm still crazy. Just like our show. Two of us. We're both crazy. And we're dads. Not as wild as I used to be, but definitely
being a
having our
dad
wild
made me
days.
crazy.
See, it was the opposite. Being a dad straightened me up, made me sane, made me stop doing all the dumb shit I used to do. Man, you know how many times I should have died in my life from just the stupid choices I made and just walked away like nothing happened, like because nothing happened to me. I
Like a
should have been
cat?
shot. I should have got shot or stabbed. I should have had my ass beat. I drove my car drunk like a dumbass, like in my high school, dude. I remember me and my friend, because, Fast and Furious movies were cranking out. And I remember me and my buddy had a Civic, and I had my truck, and like, there's a 50-mile-an-hour road that's, two lanes, one each way. And it's usually pretty empty at night, like most of the town is, especially certain areas of town because it's very residential. Man, we were both going like 100, racing each other, like trying to see who could drive faster, basically, whatever. But man, some stupid shit. Like all it takes is one whoop, and just moments like that, just so many dumb things, so many situations that I put myself in that, like, had one thing just gone wrong, like I might not be sitting here.
Not me. I was too much of a nerd.
I wanted to have fun. I wanted to go, wow. But I'm glad I did, because I got it all out of my system. I learned a lot of responsible lessons that I didn't pick up from the corny teen movies. I was like, American Pie without the super glue.
I was Finch.
It's another story for another night. But college was fun. Lots of fun. It's probably why I didn't finish. It's exactly why I didn't finish. I got kicked out. I didn't drop out. I got kicked out. That's how much fun I had. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But yeah, my first night there, earned a nickname. Almost pulled a Finch. She wanted to, but I was fucked up. So like I said, another story for another night. We don't have time for that one. It was a long night. It was a fun night. First night in college. Like my mom and my stepdad drove to head back home to Tampa from Tallahassee, like almost 4 hours drive. And they dropped me off up there and I got in my dorm, and like the first thing I did was like, well, now what? Let's go meet some people. And just like that, met some people, and we were all very like-minded. Where can we get some beer? And we did. And yeah, long story, another night, another episode. And it's funny that, you know, we talk about the 90s and we relive them, and we, you know, all the nostalgia, all the things we miss, but the music we like the most is before all of that.
Yeah.
Like there's 90s music I like, and there's bands that I like and really like from the 90s and stuff. Like I really like Nirvana and Foo Fighters. I like Stone Temple Pilots, and you know, a lot of those bands. I do a lot. But they don't hold a candle to the bands of the 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. And that's why you see majority of that on this channel. Because it's what we know best and love.
And wait, there's more.
To come. I think tomorrow, I think the only one I have left that's done and edited, teaser for anybody, because I'm going to put it out in, I don't know, not even 12 hours, like 10 hours, whatever. I'm going to do you remember? What's the only one I haven't done yet, posted yet?
Breakfast in America?
That was like the list before that. And it did
I
pretty
don't know.
well too. No, the only one that's edited that I have not posted is from a gentleman, Dan. First name Steely.
Reeling in the years?
Are you reeling in the years? Yep. And then, oh, dude, I almost posted my version of one of the songs today, like without it being edited in, because like I knew that I was going to record the new list, like get into that. I've been listening to the new list so much that I forgot that I haven't edited any of the ones from this most recent list. And you've done them and sent them to me, so I just need to put them together. And one of those songs came on, like I was, because when I go to upload it to YouTube, it brings up my gallery and it shows all the song, like the videos, but it shows me a thumbnail of the video and the time marker, It doesn't say the name of it. It doesn't have sound to it. Like, I have to go to my gallery and find which one of the videos is the right one, and then find the time on there that matches, just because we do so many. So I started to put one of the songs, and then, like, as it kept playing, I was like, wait a minute, where's Donnie? And then I was like, oh, we haven't done this. I haven't edited this one yet. And you probably would have been a little sore because it was one of the two that you picked off that list. The last one you added. But y'all will have to see next week. Maybe Sunday. Could be the first one out of this list. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, is
Closing
it the duo
thoughts?
one?
The brothers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the brothers. That's all I'll say. I have the song stuck in my head now. By the way, I asked my wife tonight, if she would be willing to fill in on, like, some of the, like, the female parts, like Cherry Bomb. You know how we've talked about that one, but then never do it because the summer days, like, seriously, bitch, you got to sing that one verse in the whole damn song and ruin it for us. Like, I know she sings behind him in some of the stuff, but, like, when there's a very clear cut female voice not backing up or accompanying one of the male voices, it's like, okay, well, now we can't do the song unless we have a female, because I know you might sing the parts, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I got a wig. I got wigs.
I do too, but, well, one, but that's like my Dave. That's my Dave and Sammy, and, you know, Dave and Sammy wig. And Garth sometimes, but it yeah, I would rather have the quality and have a female. And my lovely wife has agreed that if it's just a small part like that, and I give her enough notice, because she doesn't want to just look like a bum, she wants to actually look nice. I'm like, seriously? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, you do realize that we make our lists like a week before we record them? And I always record on, like, the same 3 nights because they're the only 3 nights that I'm really available to. I mean, I'm available to on Sunday nights, but that's football.
Yeah.
Like, Sundays I don't record. Sundays are daddy days. Football is on the living room TV the entire day, starting around noon, because they don't come on until 1 o'clock my time. But, dude, when I visited Colorado, we went to the mountains on our honeymoon. It was November, so it's still football season. It was like the coolest thing, having the game on at 6 o'clock on a Monday night, because we got there on a Monday, and it's like by the time we got to the room and everything, it was like 5, and we were hungry, and, like, we grabbed some food and came back, and I was like, well, let's see what's on TV. Because in my mind, 6 o'clock, you know, and then it was like the game's on. I'm like, oh shit, the game's on.
Yeah, like for the Monday night games, like they don't start till, or even the Sunday night games and Thursday night games, they don't start over there till 8.
Like 8:15,
That's
8:20
crazy.
usually. Yeah. Yeah, bro, that fucking bullshit. Like, you know how they've been doing the 2 Monday night games? This one this
Oh yeah.
last week that started at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock our time. 10. And that for you was just like, oh, 8 o'clock, that's what we
Yeah.
deal with every Sunday and Monday and Thursday.
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna be sleepy tonight. No, it was like almost 1 a.m. by the time that damn game finished. I was like exhausted. But oh, that's it. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
See you next week, where we will probably have the rest of the band.
Sounds good to me.
See you then. I almost left the studio instead of stopping the live feed. See you next Friday.